The 29th of April was always a huge day for us. Our dear Catherine somehow was close to us still. There were so many traces of her in the area and even at our abbey. She, along with St. Teresa of Avila, was the first female to be proclaimed Doctor of the Church way back in 1970 by St. Paul VI. She herself was taught directly by the Lord, and many things we can take with us from that teaching. The fact that she was the one who was not, whereas the Lord was the one who is. Divine providence created and commanded, and we are included in its project. She was both ecstatic and humanly warm, and was able to love others into being, even the most miserable. Even though young, she was called Mamma by the group of those who followed her, and even Blessed Raymond of Capua, who helped her spiritually for a long time, and was eventually to be head of the Dominican order, called her Mamma. She knew things, and one day the Lord asked her to leave her solitude to go on mission for Him. But He did indicate to her that in asking her to leave her solitude, she was not to be leaving Him, for He was not asking her to move away from Him, but she was given by the Lord directly the teaching of the interior cell, so that she always had the Lord within, and a virtual solitude that no one else could see. And of course, she had to go all the way to France, and she had to bring back Pope Gregory. When she got to the papal court, she said immediately, "Here it stinks. Qua puzza." And she went on to reveal one or two things from the Pope's early life that only he and the Lord knew. And from then on, he took her very seriously. And back eventually he came to Rome. She gave her life for the Church and died in Rome, offering herself that the Church might find peace and unity. Her body is at the high altar of the Church of the Dominicans, Santa Maria sopra Minerva, close to where she died. But Siena wanted a part of her, and her head was taken back to her native Siena, and I would sometimes celebrate Holy Mass right before it. She was active during and after her life, and when she is invoked, she is still very much around. One day she went to honor a young Dominican at Montepulciano, St. Agnes. She is at the high altar end of the church of Sant'Agnese at Montepulciano, when Catherine got to her, she stooped to kiss the foot of the body of the saint, and the dead saint lifted up her foot. The communion of saints. On this day, in 1999, I was given a doctorate, and she had helped me a lot. Of course, it was in the Angelicum, run by the Dominicans. Dominic was very much a part of her life. Contemplari et contemplata aliis tradere. To contemplate and to hand on the things contemplated to others.